So I've been getting into like crafts and hobbies and stuff recently.
I've been
Sewing
getting
has
into
been my thing.
hobbies lately. Is such a
I've been getting
funny
into
thing
hobbies.
to say.
Um,
We're off to a great
well,
start.
well, a lot of my hobbies in the past have always been like
Games.
video games or like yeah,
Yeah.
it's like nothing that like produces something,
Sure.
right? Um, outside of like digital or whatever, And I mean, even like something like skateboarding is like I don't know, like I have nothing that I can like physically show for it, right? So it's
Some
like, all right, like
scrapes. I'm
what do I
sure.
do?
Surely
Right?
you have like a scraped
That's
knee
true.
or a bruise or something to show for it.
Yeah. I could show you some
Wounded
fucked like
ego.
my fucked up knees,
Yeah.
great, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I don't know, that's nothing. But I like having like something to like hold on to. And you mentioned right before we were starting the pod that you're running your 3D printer right now,
Yeah.
and I was going to
My whole
ask
desk is shaking.
because
Yeah. like
yeah,
like vibrating during that. Like you'll be able to see the camera like moving. like anyway.
uh, so you had made a small Pokeball for me before.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you could make more and like maybe other designs or whatever
Yeah, like a
because I
master
want to make
ball or
Ditto.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to make like Ditto that fit into it so that like
Yeah.
you could like have a Pokeball with a little Ditto in there.
I had
That would be cute.
I could when I had made your Pokeball, I had intended because I made one for Sai as well. Shout out Sai. And I had tried to make a Turtwig and a Metagross, which are Ricky and Sai's favorite Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
And I had just gotten my AMS, which is the automated material system for the printer. So basically it can swap out filament. And
Yeah.
the Turtwig fucked it up crazy style. It was like, it got...
Yeah.
well, so I had the print, but, because like with a regular print, like right now I have something printing that's like maybe about 8 inches. This is gonna sound funny, like an 8-inch cylinder. It's not that
You're just printing an 8-inch cylinder.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Yeah, there's plenty of uses for an 8-inch cylinder. Why wouldn't you need an 8-inch cylinder?
I don't want to tell you because it's related to my Renfer thing that I'm not telling you guys about. So it's very particular.
Right.
It's not a dildo, but
right.
I don't think.
I don't know. I've heard that the Ren Fair down in Maryland is like fucking crazy weird kinky.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't,
I bet that. I actually had that promoted to me today. The
one down in Maryland
or a Maryland. Yeah, because Anyway, but I don't know that Pet G is like body safe. Honestly, I probably don't want to like the filament type. I don't know if I would even want to try that. Anyway, it takes like time, right? And so with this like 8-ish inch, like maybe 2 or 3 inch high print that I'm doing, it's gonna have taken like 3 hours basically, and it's not solid, it's hollow. So with a Turtwig, which has like 4 different colors in it, you have to use basically because it prints layer by layer. It can't do like it has to swap filament for every like color. For every layer.
Yeah.
So that takes time because you have to like push the old filament out and reduce and like pull, and push the new filament in.
Yeah.
And so you have to do that thousands of times for, the hundreds of layers that you're doing. It took like 14 hours was the estimated print time for like a 2-inch little guy that would fit in that Pokeball. So I couldn't do it in time for you and Sai for when we met up on Easter to give it to you guys.
That's completely valid.
The one time I did for Turtwig, I tried it once and we had left the apartment for the day. I was like, oh, I'll let it run all day. Cool. And the print failed, and it failed so catastrophically bad. Like when I checked the camera like 6 hours in or whatever, like it looked like I don't even know how to describe. Like it looked like a cartoon cat fight like had erupted on my 3D printer. Like it was like color, like streams of filament, like a big ball that had just like gone everywhere. It was crazy.
It's the thing in like the dog cage when it's like expanding and shit and getting everywhere.
It was like the thing.
It's like it's that and like the Pokemon daycare.
Yeah.
You got like Turtwig and Ditto, and like they walk in and Ditto's just like exploding out. They're like, oh my god!
Yeah. It was like that. It was truly like that. So I was like, I cannot try this again. Like I have to, like clearly I have to be home all day. So I haven't done as much with the AMS as I want to, but I could print you a the print profile I used. I tweaked it a little bit, but yeah, they had like a Master Ball design, Ultra, whatever, like all the different colors. So
with Turtwig, I do think it'd be a lot easier to like print his shell separately from like, because like he has like his like bottom part is pretty much all green, right? Yeah. And then he's got like the shell, and then he's got his little twig sticking up. I think he's like his like face is all green and his body's all green though, right? Like,
yeah,
like
let me show. I can show you the print.
I haven't seen him in a minute.
You haven't seen your favorite Pokemon in a minute? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Do you even like him? Here's the Metagross.
Yeah, bro.
Like, can you see that on my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was easy. I actually didn't even get the chance to but he's looks like a more simple print. He also like
he's like angular, right? And like less colors,
not as round. Yeah. Damn, did they like get rid of
it? Was just like bricking people's machines. They were like, nah, take him off, take Turtwig off.
Yeah, because it's this, or like it was a version of this, which was like the yellow feet and jaw and eyes, and then green body, dark green like leaves, and then like a brown shell and a brown little thing on his head.
Yeah, but his jaw is a different color. That's the problem. Yeah. I always forget about that. Yeah. And he's got the feet accent.
And I could print him just like all green for you, and then like paint the eyes. Maybe that might be cute. You know?
Yeah. Something like that.
And easier. But yeah, I could definitely print you a Ditto too. I've been thinking, because now that I've played Pokopia, all of the like 3D print like repositories that I scroll through, they know. So they've been pushing like Ditto stuff to me, and I don't have Ditto purple, so I would probably have to. I would spring for the Ditto purple.
Well, that's fine because I've got the big Dittos that I'm making, and then I end up with like scrap Ditto fabric. I've got some right here.
Hell yeah.
It's like
so
the perfect size for like cutting out smaller Dittos, right?
Yeah, it's cute. Ricky's holding up
it's literally
like a 2 foot by 3 inches. A bunch of scraps. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, that'd be like really fun. And I would love to give those out as gifts, and like giving them out in a Pokeball and be like, oh, like you have any Pokemon you want. Which is like, I don't know, funny.
So you want me to?
So I'm outsourcing half of my gift.
Thanks.
Yes, exactly that.
The Pokeball is pretty easy to print. The hard part of that is the magnets working and like not closing properly, but that's remediable.
I was looking up. I was gonna buy little tiny neodymium magnets, like the really like the smallest I could find, and then just like try and hot glue them.
Well, I have two. I have magnets I could give you and like do a print. I could just modify the print to like put a cylinder, an 8-inch cylinder, to print the like reduce the or make the hole bigger.
No, it's fine. No, I think it's fine the way it is. Fine. But especially because the magnets I was looking at on Amazon are like $2 for like.
Yeah, they're the ones.
I don't know, like 20 or 40.
Okay, but
of, like,
those are the
smallest magnets I've seen in my life.
Those are the ones that I have, and they're too big. So that's why I'm like, be careful. I don't know if they might be the same size. So measure. There's a lot of size.
I will.
Ricky is holding
measure
up
twice,
this like
order once.
ridiculous print that looks like a. I don't know, Abercrombie and Fitch like shirt.
It's
pattern.
Like a Martha's Vineyard style.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
Yeah. That's a better pull.
I would say this is spot on Martha's Vineyard.
It's a whale with an anchor print, like a whale and then an anchor, and it just repeats black.
And it's like it's like black on red.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
And so I was like, I'm making pants out of it.
Oh, okay, like a pair of pajamas, yeah.
It's like, well, this is like a corduroy fabric more than anything. I'm going to wear these outside. They're not going to be pajamas. Like, these are outside pants.
Don't act like you don't fucking wear pajamas out of the house. Don't fucking play with me.
I don't. I do not.
I have seen you in pajama pants more than I've seen you in any other kind of pant.
You have not. You think that you think that because you think all of my sweatpants are pajama pants.
Okay, what's the difference? They're the same thing. Also, I've definitely seen you in like plaid.
Fine.
I've seen you in like plaid pajama pants. Absolutely.
Not outside.
In your house, then? Like anytime I've been.
Okay, sure.
Like,
fine, but like, okay, sure. Not out the house. This is going out the house.
What?
I'm excited.
Where did you get this fabric? I like this is such an ambitious project.
Oh, actually, you gotta bleep that. Gotta bleep that, Lane.
I don't even know where that is, so I feel like if I don't know, then
Gotta bleep it. Gotta bleep it. Somebody could type it into the Google.
What's it called?
Find me. Dox me immediately. You gotta bleep that. You gotta bleep it.
Surely is that sounds like something that's like a chain. That has to be.
That sounds like something that's a distinctive thing. Yeah.
It's not. Wow. I'm surprised. I didn't know that. I've never heard of this place. Interesting. I don't even know where that is. Oh, it's behind. I see.
It's like right there. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like right there.
It is.
No, I mean it is. It's just it's behind the Anyway. Well, fun. You'll have to keep us updated as you sew. Are you gonna do like drawstring or button or what kind of or none?
I don't know. I have a pant pattern which is like very generic, just like with belt loops on it and everything. And I think I'm just gonna use that.
With like a zipper?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, kind of straightforward. I don't know. Because I do have elastic. I have some zippers, but I don't have any rivets or anything. So like it'll be tough for me to do any like reinforcing.
Yeah.
For like certain areas. I don't really have a pocket material right now. I mean I could use whatever, it doesn't really matter that much.
Use
so
the ditto fabric.
Cotton I have lying around. No, I love the minky. I'm not gonna use it for something like that. I don't like feeling it though, so I also would not use it for anything that's touch. Although I'm thinking of making a beanie out of it. Just like for like the outside of it, and then like sewing the ditto face on it. I think that's
cute.
pretty fun.
That'd be cute.
Yeah.
Well, keep us posted.
Just projects.
I thought you totally just pulled a cat off of your desk.
No, it's
a different fabric. Oh, it's the hat. Oh, it's the beanie I made you.
Yeah, it's the hat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's looking raggedy.
Because I mean, it's looking raggedy. But I mean, I'm essentially just doing the same thing, but with like a ditto face instead of the eyes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because you have to copy everything I do first.
Real.
Introduce this show.
Including copying everything you do, I'm copying you in your appreciation of movies and through the educational value of the We Want to Watch podcast.
I don't know about that. Was pretty.
You originally phrased this as like you pitched this to me as like, what was it, Kino 101? That's what it was.
No, Kino 101 was like us just watching movies together. It was the and then the podcast was me being like, I'm moving. We should stay in touch by doing some stupid fucking project. And then I thought about that recently, that you wanted to name this podcast Commit to the Bit, which just like
I was thinking about that earlier today. Yeah.
Me. It's such a terrible name. It's such a horrible name.
I love Commit to the Bit. That's such an excellent name. I can't wait to use that for something in the future.
It tells us nothing about the show. It's annoying.
Wow.
Perfect. It's just like Ricky, which I asked you to introduce the show and you didn't, so good job.
This is We Want to Watch. My name's Ricky.
I'm Lane. I totally thought you were going to be like, this is Commit to the Bit.
Yeah. No, because then like you would just disconnect.
I would disconnect, yeah.
And start messaging you. It'd be like, actually, this person is not a part of any of your shared servers. I'm like, Lane, something's wrong here. I don't know what's going on.
This was a Lane's Frame this week. This was Margaret from 2011, directed by Kenneth Lonergan. I'd picked this movie as one of like many that was like on our list for a long time. This is a movie that I had heard talked about for years and years as like, this is a secret like underseen, like great fucking movie. People loved it, like, masterpiece. So I had avoided it for a really long time. Haven't seen anything else from this director, but know of this director, which we can talk about. And so I was like, well, let's just get around to this one. Let's just watch it. So, yeah. So I mean, I was rocked by this movie. This movie was pretty like I was super fucking engrossed and like still kind of don't know how I feel about it emotionally. Like I don't know. It feels. I watched it just like last night, so it's still semi recent for me or fresh. But yeah, I was pretty moved, I guess, by this movie, or at least like engrossed.
Yeah. So I also watched this movie last night. It's also very fresh. I was well poisoned slightly in that
Oh yeah.
you were like, "Oh, this movie's crazy."
Yeah.
Like when you watch it, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to watch it like late," but like I got popcorn and stuff. I'm making a night of it, and you were like,
"It's not crazy how you think."
I forget.
Yeah, that was what I
yeah,
said.
You said it's not crazy how you think, and I was like, "Oh, I assume that meant it's crazy in a bad way."
Oh no!
So I went in going with like under the under, and then like I'm watching the very first scene, and I was like, I don't know, like maybe Lane thinks this is too campy, or and like as we were going through it, I was like making comparisons to like other movies that we've watched, and I'm like, I feel like they've done like they're doing things here like
that Lane should like.
Well, not necessarily that you should like, but that like that we've critiqued in other movies for like not like
or like
yeah. Well, like things that we've looked at positively, like there was one. Oh, what was the one British movie?
Secrets and Lies.
I'll find it. Yes.
How did I know?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I definitely was like getting some real Secrets and Lies vibes from this movie too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, and like that, I was like, oh, okay, like this is very similar to that, and like that movie, I was like, they nail so much, and like that's one that I feel like we've compared other movies to, especially ones that have like a lot of like interpersonal dynamics, and we've been like, well, they just didn't handle it as well.
No Secrets and Lies.
And I was watching, right? Yes, yeah, and I was watching this movie, and I was like, maybe Lane's comparing the two and like finding this one lacking, and I was like, I don't know, I'm not.
No.
Like, so I'll say I was viewing it with like a very skeptical lens, and then I was like, dude, like,
maybe
what the fuck is Lane? Like,
yeah.
There were a couple of times where I was like, what the fuck is Lane's problem with this movie?
No.
There were a few times I like teared up, and I was like, dude, what is Lane's problem? Like, I was like legitimately like, bro, this is going to be an insane fucking ep because I'm going to come in here like
so hot,
like a little
yeah,
a little on edge, right?
That's funny.
Okay.
No, yeah. When
it's good to know that you enjoyed it though. That was a crazy in a good way. Yeah.
I just thought I didn't because I knew that you hadn't looked anything up, and I knew going in that this was, I knew the very basic premise of this movie was unlikable protagonist and bus accident that she may have had a hand in causing. That was all I knew. And so coming into this, I was expecting like a totally different kind of drama. And watching this, I was like, yeah, like I didn't want you to think crazy, like it's just like the stuff that happens is so nuts, like whoa, over the top, or like but like it's so like upsetting, I guess, kind of crazy, like the like well put together and upsetting, like it's like a lightning strike almost. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
I just wanted to mention, like, maybe what was it? Unlikable, but not like unempathizable, or like not
agreed,
not
irredeemable,
like unable to be understood. I don't know how to. I had a very concise phrasing for it, and then I forgot because I was listening to it. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Like the unlikable protagonist thing is like. I don't necessarily think that that's the thing to think about with this movie. I'll be interested to talk about it. Yeah, but like
yes, it was just like the first thing you said. I was like, well, I do want to mention, and then like because like I for the watchers at home, I did a little jump out of my seat when Lane said that, and then I settled back down, and like I'm like, well, like Lane's asking about
that's
that,
not what
but
I necessarily believe, or like that's not what I think this movie is.
Right.
About, but it was what I had heard.
That's
like I heard like there's a lot of like letterbox reviews I've seen people log of like, this is like the stupidest fucking person of all time. I hate this character. Why did I spend 3 hours with this character? And I so I went into it being like, okay, this is like maybe a challenging movie. But it was, but in a completely different way.
I think anyone who watches this movie and says that is probably
like broken.
And no, maybe I mean I don't want to say this definitively, but they're probably so like self-absorbed, or at least they haven't taken enough time to like step back and like reflect enough to be like, hey, like that's me sometimes, right? Like not. Like maybe not to the same extent, maybe not in the same ways, but like That's you, man.
Yeah.
That's you, bro. That's a human condition.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're, like, everyone up there. That's human. That's real. Like, that's what's happening. Yeah.
This movie is literally, I did not look, but
it is literally the taglines. Like,
I bet you $5. I'm looking it up now to see if Letterboxd does not have this tagged as humanity in the world around us, it'll be fucking shocking. Oh my god, it doesn't. That's crazy. Wait.
That's crazy.
Wait.
Who's writing these tags?
Wow.
I don't know where that is on the page.
That's it's
Is this a Letterboxd Plus thing? No, it's genres. I found it. Yeah.
So there's themes which are like overlapping, and then there's nano genres. Oh. And like the nano genres I think is where like it's just like words to get that they find in the like in the reviews, but then themes is where you would see humanity in the world around us. And somehow it's not on here. That's crazy. Student coming of age challenges, underdogs and coming of age, moving relationship stories, emotional teen coming of age stories, powerful stories of heartbreak and suffering, emotional and heartfelt family dramas, and heartbreaking and moving family drama. How is this not humanity in the world around us? This is the most humanity in the world around us movie of all time. This is news from home levels. Like, it's crazy. That's nuts.
So I think a part of it is like
that people are fucking dumb. It has to be just that people are fucking
stupid. I was going to say that people are like too protagonist brained, right? Yeah. The fact that this is tagged at all with like teacher, like it's like all right, like
it must just be like, people thirsting for Matt Damon. That has to be what that is. Like it must be people being like, I would fuck my teacher.
I don't even get it.
Damon too, like or
yeah,
like, it must be it.
But it's so I don't want to say removed from the story, but it is like. It's probably the least interesting.
It's like a D plot.
Like one of the least.
It's like not even the B plot.
Yeah,
it's like the falling off the screen plot. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we watched the theatrical cut. I had heard different things about which one is the better one. And I figured it's probably better for us to go in for the short one first. But I really considered watching the extended cut today after having watched the theatrical last night because I was like, damn, what else they got in here? Like,
I will say that when I first looked up this movie, I like just looked it up on Wikipedia, and I just read about the 150 versus 165 minute like runtime that guy was like very firm about.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was like, oh, so this is definitely like, in my mind, someone in it for the art, essentially, right?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Looking at that box office also, thank God it's someone just in it for the art.
Yeah. No, that's...
Can't be in it for anything else.
I didn't know about the backstory of this movie until afterward when I was like reading up on it after the fact that like this was a movie, during my viewing of it, I was like, oh, this came out in 2011 and they're shit talking the president. Everything seems a little weird. I was like, would she really be shit talking Obama? And then they start talking about like Afghanistan and like all of that stuff going on in their high school discussion. And I was like, okay, this must just be like a time thing where they're like setting it kind of closer to like 9/11 because this is like such a 9/11 movie, which we'll talk about.
It is.
But
then
I looked it up and I found out it was actually filmed in 2005. And didn't come out for 6 years later because of the like squabbling over the cut, the recobbled cut. So like some real Thief and the Cobbler kind of stuff going on here. So this director Kenneth Lonergan, he has 3 feature films. He has like a bunch of plays he's done. He's like a theater guy. The one that you might have heard of is Manchester by the Sea. That's the one that got Casey Affleck his Oscar for killing his kids.
Oh, okay.
If you've seen that movie, if you've seen like the clip of Casey Affleck like trying to shoot himself in a police station, I don't know. Sometimes these memes.
I have.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
No, yes. And I've been told jokes about Manchester by Sea before. From one of my British coworkers because he grew up in Southside by Sea, and then like he'd be like he like made a joke. He was like, "Don't worry, like not Manchester by Sea," and I was like, "That's way over my head, buddy."
Yeah, that was my only other, and his other movie is You Can Count on Me, which I have not seen. Oh yeah, the Prince done. It's gonna beep. It's gonna make a cute beep sound in a second here.
The Little Prince.
Yeah. Bankruptcy. I just don't want to talk while it beeps real quick. It's gonna go doo 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 doo.
Like a fancy microwave.
Or a rice cooker.
Or a rice cooker. I do want to get a nice rice cooker.
Yo, the Zojirushi is so fucking great. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's because, like, I don't know. This might sound crazy. I've been subbing out waffle fries for, like, rice in, like, dishes. Just because I'm like, almost anything that I would eat over rice, I could also, like, eat over, like, fries, essentially. I'm eating that. Lane's giving me a very dubious look here.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm just thinking of, like, what I would eat, what I eat rice with. And, like, I don't know if I would eat, like, a piece of salmon like, over some fries.
Curry? Oh, yeah. No. But I mean, like, curry or, like,
Sure, like a soupy type, or like a,
yeah,
over
like,
rice.
Or like a pasta. Yeah, like something anything that I would eat with pasta that I would also eat with rice, like a bolognese or something like that. Beef stew, anything along those lines. I've also, I've been making more stuff at once and then, like, spreading out over time. So, like having something and being like, oh, like I could have like beef and rice again, or it's like, oh, I could have like beef and potato,
fries.
Yada.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's good, low key.
If you say so. Anyway, his other movie,
almost like nachos.
His other movie is You Can Count on Me, which is also Mark Ruffalo. I don't know really anything about that movie, but yeah, the Manchester by the Sea thing. That movie is like, right? It's about a guy who inadvertently killed his kids. And watching this movie then, I was like, what does Kenneth Lonergan feel so guilty about? Like, what did he do? like to make these two movies that are like so about like feeling guilty over death. Like, I was like, what's this guy on? Like, what is he hiding? No, you don't think so?
I think that's so human. I think
no, I do. No. It's
like intensely. Yeah,
it is. Let me make my joke. Let me make my stupid joke.
Oh, okay, all right.
But no, it just
sorry.
It is an interesting like
dark past.
It's just an interesting thing to like fixate two different, huge successful movies on. It's like it's a particular part of the human experience, I think, to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's also, I don't know, this might be a crazy pull, but I think that it's also like very, like, in certain areas of like Western culture, it's very like, not in a naval, I don't want to say, it's tough to talk about because I feel like any way that I directly address it, I don't want to say that it's like navel gazy to be like this, but like self-reflection often can sort of like get to that level.
Sure.
And I think this movie does not do that, or in the cases that it does, it almost it's confronted, right? Like it's confronted within the text.
This movie's right? like philosophy is like, we're all so self-obsessed that we can't connect or empathize with each other. Like, obviously Lisa is the main character, and so you're seeing things through her lens the most and her connections to other people, but like everyone's kind of guilty of it at different times, and the movie has a not condemnatory view of that it's like, this is a thing of you can reflect on this and you can get better at it. But it is like a normal part of the human condition, like you were saying.
Yes. But it's also, I mean, so every single character has moments where they're like childish in the same way that Lisa is many times.
Sure.
But they also have, I mean, I think even Lisa does at times where they like completely flip around, right? And they have that like understanding of like, and I mean, it's more pronounced in some characters than others of like, hey, like who am I in this situation, and like who do I need to be?
Sure.
And especially in like the relationship with her mother and like how that develops throughout the film.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough.
This is what I meant.
Yeah. I do think this movie will be difficult to talk about for a couple of reasons. But going with the. Wow. I don't know. I'll say I think one of the things that stood out to me the most between every interaction is like a fundamental misunderstanding of like what certain actions are mean to the person that's taking them, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think, like, Lisa's whole... I mean, she's a mess. I don't want to say her whole problem, because there's, like, more than one.
Mm-hmm.
But so much of her interaction with other people is her trying to get a specific reaction from other people. Like, she craves, like, a level of validation or a like, a certain emotional response. Not good. Like, it's not, like, just that she wants to be, like, constantly praised and affirmed or anything, but sometimes she's like trying to get a rise out of people, or she wants to, like, she kind of has like a crusader type, toward the back half of this movie, like she has like this like crusading kind of like edge to her. And so, yeah, so much of this movie's like people meeting that or not meeting that for her, and how she responds and how she's forced to like respond in the moment when they don't give her what she's looking for, and vice versa.
But that's all self-punishment.
Yeah, no, some of it is, yeah, for sure. Like, like the back, yeah.
I'd say almost all of it is, right? Like, especially, like...
Well, I think there's, like, when she interacts, not to bring up Matt Damon, but, like, I think, like, that, or, like, the way that she's reacting to her mom, like, I don't think, like all of the stuff where she's, like, trying to get Mark Ruffalo in jail, or, like, fired, or whatever, yes, that, I think, is more about absolving herself, or, like, punishing herself through him, in a way, but, like... Her other interactions, more minorly, are like kind of just like reckless,
The Matt Damon bit, a lot of that...
That was when I texted you. That was when I was like, this movie's fucking crazy, because she crashes out with Emily. She has her argument with Emily, where Emily's the friend of Monica, the dead woman, where she's like, you're so strident. And then like she like kicks her out, and they start arguing and crying. And then it like cuts to her on Matt Damon's couch being like, thanks so much for talking with me. I was like, God damn, that's crazy.
So, I mean, the first scene is her, like, I mean, she's, like, reaching out for, like, validation, for, like, just some form of, like, oh, I need a person who, like, doesn't hate me right now, essentially. Sure. And, like, she's having problems with her mom at this point. Understandable. The second scene where she tells him that she had an abortion, she tells him and the other teacher that she had an abortion. That's a form of like self-punishment, right? Because she's trying to get a rise out of him.
I don't think it's,
but she wants there to be some consequence for her bad action of having slept with her teacher.
I don't think that's it at all.
You don't think so?
No, because she immediately backpedals when he like is like.
Well, she got scared. Yeah,
I don't think that's because she's trying. I think she's just trying to get. She wants to lash out, and she wants to like hold this over him, or like get him to...
but she also she was scared of that too, right? Like, she can't, like...
I think it's more that he doesn't give her what she wants in that moment. Like, because she wants him to feel like really put on the spot in front of this other person, and like, and then when he doesn't give that, and he's just like, you should probably talk to the guy, and like, you should probably like figure that out. Like, are you okay? She's like, never mind. Like, because she's not getting a rise out of him. I think she really wanted somebody to like, you know what I mean?
But she wants him angry at her, right? Like,
oh no, I don't think it's that she wants him angry. I think she wants him scared or panicked, or like just like the attention in general. I don't think it's like. I don't think she's.
I do think it's like the attention in general, but I don't think that she was looking for like. I mean, obviously not looking for like positive attention there, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I think it's more that she.
I mean, whether she wanted the power on like either side, I guess.
Yeah. I guess I just don't think that she's looking for like. Yeah, to get like I don't think she's expecting him to like freak out like, oh my God, how could you kill my baby? Like, I don't think it's that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
know, but like when she was like, oh, because it's like completely my fault, and like I wouldn't want him to think that it's his fault because like it's mine, yada yada. I do think that it's just that she has so much guilt from this incident that she's trying to seek out someone to tell her like, hey, like that was wrong, right?
I guess I don't see it that way. I don't think she has that moment of like catharsis of like what she's actually seeking until the end. Like
yes,
like until the phone call, and until like the phone call where she's like, well, I killed her, which is like unlocks the whole thing. But then with her mom at the very end too.
Yes, yeah. So her mom at the very end is when she like finally emotionally processes it, right?
Yeah.
And like her outburst is her.
Yeah.
Right. Well, her outburst is when she like starts to, and like that, like when she's there in the theaters, I think when she's finally like, oh, like, and like all of this, like all of the like attention towards the bus driver has really just been her trying to, shift this, guilt and blame that she feels onto someone else, right?
Yeah, well, and she like goes to him in the first place kind of in a way of like, don't you agree with me that we're both kind of guilty here? And when he says no and kind of like completely rebuffs her and says like, I didn't do anything wrong, that's when she's like, oh, you're not going to give me you're not giving me the reaction I wanted. So now I'm going to punish you or like try to shift it onto you because like you're refusing to share it with me. So now I'm going to completely absolve myself through like this vindication through the legal system or whatever.
Dude, the interactions with the bus driver, his wife.
That's crazy. That scene's the fucking best scene in the movie. Well, there's like 5 best scenes in this movie, but that's one of them. It's so crazy.
Can I say this movie several times gave me like, so like when I watch certain things, especially like, this is a weird example, but like so when The Office has something that's too cringe, like I have to get up and like walk around because I get this like this like weird secondhand like embarrassment energy, right? This movie had, and like there are other movies that like definitely give me like a certain energy that like I have to get up and walk around. This movie is like probably the first one to give me the same like feeling that like I get sometimes when like I feel like I fucked up a social situation really bad, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta get out of here. Like I gotta like not be around people. I just gotta like go chill at home. Yeah. But I'm doing that while I'm like sitting on the couch, and like I felt like the tension like rise, and it's like knot in my back. I literally felt like the knot in my back form, and I was like, I have to like get up and like walk around. This movie's and it happened like several times where like it's just these weird. Not even like tense interactions, but like too personal, right? Where, and I've told you before how like I feel uncomfortable sometimes, like when you can see into people's houses, like when they have like their like dining room open or whatever. That weirds me out because I'm like, this is too personal of an interaction. Like I don't want to see you eating food. Sorry, like let's back it up. And this movie made me feel that like several times, where I was like, oh, this is like, bro, what's happening here?
That's a good, This movie has like a good intimacy of some of those scenes, like where I felt that way with that argument with Emily, where she tells her like, you don't have more emotions, you just have more emotions more easily, or something like where they're doing that. Like that's like uncomfortable, and Jeannie Berlin, the actress who plays Emily, she does such a good job of like being like, I don't want to say unlikable too, but she's like also dealing with this like very shitty situation in a very complicated and like kind of sometimes nasty and unempathetic way. And like her delivery in that scene is like, it's so crazy and like upsetting and like raw. It feels very raw and like, and stilted almost.
I loved her character, and it reminds me almost.
Yeah, that's you. You are that character. That is such a you fucking character.
It reminds me of like a Mike Lee written character, like so like Happy Go Lucky. Like a lot of the characters from that feel like it and like she was like quirky. She had like a very distinct like way of like talking, and like I mean, I will say like certain parts of it, I was like, all right, like come on, buddy. Like,
well, that's the thing. She's also like dealing with this really traumatic thing in a different way than Lisa, but she's dealing with it. And like trying to kind of keep herself together and like be almost like above it, but she's still grieving. And she like, it's so interesting that she doesn't seem to really like Lisa. Like for so much of what we see, they're kind of like either butting heads or she's kind of treating Lisa like a means to an end, which is also such a kind of like a fucked up thing to do in the same way that Lisa's doing it, to involve this kid in like something that she shouldn't really be involved in. Like she's like several degrees removed, and too young, to be, but like she wants to do the right thing, but also she, sees her as like a tool. It's very layered. And I think that performance is great at that.
Well, she's so wrapped up in trying to get like revenge for her friend, right? It doesn't like the physical reality of like whether or not Lisa was like actually like distracting the driver or whatnot. She doesn't care about that, right? She's just like, I want to stick it to these people, like however I can, and I think Margaret gets wrapped up in
Margaret. Oh, boo, boo! Ricky doesn't know. Does he know? No.
Does he know? He doesn't. I think Lisa gets wrapped up in that, and like I mean, like she said, not Lisa, like
Emily.
I forget. Emily said she's like, she wraps it around her like a, not to say like being hoist by your petard, but like she does like wrap it around her like a war banner almost, and she's like, oh, like, so like this is like my noble cause to like hide that, the guilt. And it's the conversation that they had, it's definitely like the beginning of it. I totally understand, though. Like she still wants to hear what happened to her friend, even if it's from like, like I would want to hear the last moments, no matter what, even if it's from like some kid who doesn't really know better and who's like trying to make it all about themselves, right? It's like, okay, like sure, but then it gets to a point, right?
Yeah,
when she's like, oh, I kind of felt like I was her daughter. It's like,
yeah,
bro,
that's where she's
what
like,
the fuck do you think you're doing here, man?
Yeah, and like that's a perfectly reasonable thing for a kid to think at 17 in that situation.
Yes.
Not the right, like that is such a social faux pas, like you were saying, of like, you can't fucking say that to the person who's grieving her friend, like who you just met, it's not like you guys were buds before this, like perfectly normal thing to say to your therapist and work through that and what that means and why you feel that way. But yeah, it in that moment, so tough and so like tone deaf and so self-absorbed,
especially like given the rest of the conversation there too. It was like almost made me want to puke. Like I get like so like I get like I don't know, I get really stressed. I'm like, dude, like that is not, you can't do that. The scene where she goes to confront Mark Ruffalo is what got us on this tangent. And like first of all, did you recognize the wife? I just have to point out this. If you Rosemary DeWitt is the name of the actress. She's the mom from Smile 2. So much younger in this movie. I mean, 20 years younger, but yeah. So during it, and she's of course doing like the New York accent. I was like, oh, Ricky's not going to know what hit him, but she's great. Just in that scene, there's so many like one scene or like one or two scene characters that are just like, great. I love characters that are in like just one or two scenes, or just like mentioned, like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Guildenstern?
So fun.
Guildenstern. Are you trying to work a bunch of Hamlet references into this episode? You said voiced by your petard. Like, what are we doing?
Oh, that's true. I did. Yeah. My bad. I'll send the spirits away.
You could say the play's the thing in this movie because Joan, her mom, has the play. Anyway.
Oh.
Yes.
I also wanted to mention, and like I feel like we say this pretty often, or like I've said it before, but the All About My Mother, the fact that like it starts with a car accident, related to a like famous like singer or theater performer, actress,
about mom and daughter coming together,
about mom and daughter coming together,
or no, mom and daughter, well, and son,
it's just. It's interesting, it's
it's a common theme.
Cool to see. And I when like again, like when I was watching the beginning of the film and like I saw the bus accident, I was gonna be like I made the comparison and I was gonna be like, does Lane hate this because it's? I was like, dude, like
it's derivative bullshit.
Is it derivative? Yeah, I'm like, dude, like what is? I can't pin it down still.
No,
anyway,
no. Let's talk about the bus accident in the beginning because that sets the tone, and like I knew it was coming.
Right. Oh, as soon as she like turned and like get to the door and started like, I was like, oh, okay, like he's hitting someone. I was like, oh god, it's over. Yeah.
I don't know if you know Allison Janney by name, the woman who got hit.
No.
But she's in a bunch of stuff. She's one of the fish in the aquarium in Finding Nemo. I'm trying to think of what else you would have seen her in.
No, you got me with that one.
Yeah. But I don't know that I thought she was in something else we had seen, but I don't think so. But she's like a pretty prolific character actress. And she is also just so upsetting in that scene in the same way that Emily is, where she seems like this sounds mean. She seems like maybe not the most fucking likable woman, in that moment. Now, of course, who would be when they just got their leg cut off by a bus and are dying, like actively?
Yeah.
But I think that's so important because it lends a level of chaos and realism to that scene where if she just was like a nice lady who was dying and was like, oh, my daughter's name was Lisa, dies, like that would be like so different than the way that she does die, which is like this kind of protracted, like long, pretty upsetting scene with like the blood spurting, and then when she's like, I can't see, are my eyes open or closed? That's crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
Too real.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
When it first starts and like you see her leg. So first of all,
yeah, the reveal of her body.
When you see, well, so like you first see the bus going over the shopping cart and it squishes like the orange juice
eggs and shit.
And
it's so upsetting as like a stand-in for the gore. It's like makes you feel so queasy instantly. Yeah.
And then it immediately cuts to like them zooming from like the like front side of the bus. And you see the leg
sticking out, yeah.
And then it goes there, and it's like, oh,
separated.
Like that's bad by itself.
Yeah.
And then like the whole conversation when she like sort of kicks away, when she's like, are they medics? And she's like, no, they're just passerby.
She's like, get them the fuck away from me.
Get them all. Yeah. It's like, but that's so real. It's so human. It's like, like 100%. Like I not just that. Like I empathize with like. I am this person. Like, I get it, bro. Like, yeah. And then, I don't know. It so much, like, I think it makes it, like you said, so much more real, like, when she's, dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. A great performance, too. Just, like, stellar.
It's great. Yeah. And shocking. Sets the whole tone of the movie because there's no, then afterwards she's like, she lies to the police. She, like, is making eye contact with Mark Ruffalo, who, like, is definitely, like, despite what he says later on, is definitely, like, trying to, like, oh shit, I recognize you. We're in on this, right? Like, are we good? Like,
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, that's why he's, like, weird about it later. Because he's like, I don't know what you're talking about at all. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
yeah.
Oh, man. Kind of heartbreaking that, so, I thought a lot of the dynamic the weirder dynamic between him and his wife was because she was like suspicious of him like cheating.
Yeah, she definitely thought that like Lisa was there to like home wreck basically, or had been home wrecking. Yeah, yeah.
But they reveal later that he personally had gotten in like accidents before that
or something. Yeah, it's like, bro, and, like, get out of the wheel. Like, you're a mechanic now.
Well, bro. Well, when Lisa mentions the accident is when like he gets like when they're inside and she mentions it. That's when he like turns up like the weirdness to like it like an even like
he
worse
won't even
level.
Let her
and
use
his
the
wife,
restroom. She's like, let her use the restroom. He's like, no, we're gonna meet outside.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, and his wife is definitely like. I think that's like I do feel like there's a shift there where like his wife starts to go like, oh,
like something's up.
Like no, like this is it's because he's still like being weird about another fucking crash. And it's like, oh, like did he even tell her that like he recently got in another crash? It's like it's so like
it's such a short scene and tells you so much. Like it conveys so much about like even just Rosemary DeWitt's like. Her character has so much layer to it in that one scene, like we're able to extrapolate all of that, like different subtext, from that is so shocking. Yeah. And cool.
And just like all of the classroom scenes, I think as well, man, like, as the movie goes on,
we'll get in there.
And you get to recontextualize them though, like as the movie goes on later. And it's like, oh shit, okay, like I get why you were like this, right? Like I get why you are being this way. Like, okay.
And this, I mean, I mentioned that this was like such a 9/11 movie. There's a point, and we'll talk about like the formalism or like the, the art of this movie a little bit, I think, with like the style of it here in a sec. But there's a scene where they pan up to the sky and there's like a noticeable gap kind of in the like skyline. Not like a literal, like this is where the towers used to be, but like doesn't it feel like there's something missing in this like pan? And so this movie is just so 9/11, whatever, like centered. And those conversations being had in the classroom are just like a little microcosm of that, where they're having these arguments about the Middle East and Bush and, are any presidents good? And Margaret. See, I did it now.
You did it. Yeah,
Lisa,
it's tough.
She becomes like,
is it because you have like I have the letterbox thing open,
so,
and like you like look over it and you're like you just read Margaret and you're like like that ain't her.
When I go see movies with my friend Pat, shout out Pat, who you met Pat. In February, and anytime we go see a movie, when the character says the title, we do the like lean over and be like, that's the thing, or like, he said it.
Yeah.
And so like during this movie, it's just like I thought like, man, that's not Margaret. Like you can't go like
can't do that.
But no, she becomes like a rabid like nationalist because of this accident in a way, which is it's so funny that the bus accident is used as like this like mini version of 9/11 to like justify crusading and whatever else, even though you might have had a role in it, is like kind of fascinating of an allegory for 9/11.
Well, it's also like the idea of like, oh, like there's this sort of like repressed guilt that people feel about like okay, like where we say, oh, okay, sure, like yeah, like maybe we are bombing the Middle East, but like, well, whatever. And then it gets like retroactively justified by 9/11, right? Where they go, oh, like 3,000 Americans like lost their lives, like this was the largest tragedy in the world, like now we need to send even more bombs over there. And it's like, well, wait a second, guys,
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's crazy how like it does sort of like there's such like a distinct like mirror between these. I don't know.
Do you think that if it had been like a less centralized and less, maybe this is a stupid question, do you think that if 9/11 had been like a less explosive, like singular event, like let's say that instead there were like, like a sustained over the course of a month or 2 months like bombing campaign or something where like people were dying like dozens at a time, like, or some, you know what I mean? Like if it was, like if it wasn't like 3,000 at once in this very like visible way, how do you think that people would have responded differently? Like things are so different, right? If that's the case, because that's how we like, not that we haven't killed hundreds of people in a single, fucking bombing, but like, because it's such a like a symbolic thing, I feel like it's a lot easier to valorize in that way, where you can say like 3,000 people, blah, blah, blah,
I think even more than that, it's how physically imposing the towers were. And like you have something that you can point to and say like, look at like this was like our thing. Look how it's gone now.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make you angry? Right. And I do think it's distinctly American that people would fixate on that because I mean, there were 5 planes taken over that day?
4.
2 hit the towers, 1 hit the field in Pennsylvania, 1 hit the Pentagon. And then I
it's 4.
Forget. Well, maybe it was only 4. It was only 4 then, yeah. But like you rarely really hear about the one that hit the Pentagon or
the Shanksville
the one that landed in the field in Pennsylvania.
You hear about the one in Shanksville more than the Pentagon one, which is kind of funny. Like,
well, it depends what circles you run in. I think, right? Whether it's like different conspiracy brains, I guess.
Oh,
or like,
really? Oh, I feel like the popular cultural approach, because like Flight 93 was so, that was like really valorized. That's the one.
That was an emotional one.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. I think that's one that's really taught because we have like phone calls from it, and it's like, I think if all of these, if all the planes had like, if the inhabitants had like still passed, but they hadn't like hit a target, or if all of the targets had been something more military, or like if there wasn't something that like American culture could point to and say like, hey,
right, if they just like attacked like various like weapons depots or something, it wouldn't be as big of a deal,
right, or hit like a fort or a base. Like I think it would be tragic and terrible, but I mean, you look at like the coverage of like the war in Afghanistan, and that's essentially what it was. You would hear like every night, like they would go through like, oh, like
here's another dozen,
5 dead today, 12 dead today, right?
Yeah,
and people became so desensitized to that. But it was enough to like keep the fire going, essentially, right? In a macabre sense. But I do think that Americans are so far removed from the idea of like violence, their home soil being desecrated, right? That it's, I mean, same thing with like Pearl Harbor, right? Like it like breaks the American brain. If phrased differently, if other countries were to celebrate the atrocities committed against them by like America or by the Western world, like they wouldn't have a day to work, right? Because it's every fucking day, like it's they can't afford to, and so it's very, I don't know, conversations around it get very weird, and I think especially like they exemplify that very well in the movie several times, and like how the conversations can escalate, and I think really one of the only people who like keeps their calm very well is Ramon.
Yeah, I was going to say, during
in the restaurant,
and she throws the wine on him. Yeah, and
when even during the back and forth, I was like, he's not being offensive towards her, right? Yeah. He's not launching personal attacks. He's just saying, "Hey, Liz," and like he phrases himself very well. Yeah, and he's like, the state protects itself using violence, and they will label anyone who like goes against their ideologies as terrorists. And
how are you supposed
once
to
you apply that label,
status quo in that way? Yeah, if you're the underdog or like the one on the bottom, like how are you supposed to do anything?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like violence against you is legalized, and any violence that you commit is, over publicized. It's like, okay, so like obvious power imbalance there. And it's like very reasonable, very real, very rational take. And then like gets the drink in his face, maybe phrases his discontent improperly, but not in a very like aggressive or rude manner, right?
Yeah.
For having a drink just thrown in his face,
totally.
Like I think he was like very respectful. And then like he goes home and like even the phone call afterwards, he's like,
he's
like,
yeah.
Well, he has a heart attack. But even on the phone call, he was like, listen, if you want to break up with me, for using the wrong adjective, I understand. That's fine.
Yeah.
But like I don't think you would have minded if I changed it slightly. And like I was like, all right, kind of real, and especially last couple months, I think also like make that just so weirdly relevant.
It was when they started talking about like Palestine in the classroom scenes, it's like the first or second classroom scene. It's like, wow, man, this has been going on. Do not let let people fool you with this. I mean, obviously it's become a more salient issue, or like an issue that people pay more attention to, but it's been happening,
But even the contextual idea that like, like any Palestinian reaction against the
Jew oppressors.
Settlers.
Is that what she
well, that is not what I'm trying to say. I did not use that. No. Because that's what Ramon said. Ramon goes, I did not use those words. Yeah. He's like, I did not say it like that. No, but I know. I'm not redoing the dinner scene with you, late, but
or redoing the classroom argument, because that's what Lisa says. She's like, wait, I just had this conversation earlier today. I'm not trying to relitigate this again. She tries to stop the adults from arguing. And then Emily,
but I mean,
and then that's actually such a good like character bit where Emily's like, don't manage me. And it's like, girl, like you're in a restaurant with mixed company. Like maybe don't like challenge that. Like maybe just like don't talk about this right now. Like,
yeah.
Anyway.
But though it's, I don't know. I think that also, like, even Emily's reaction there points to it's guilt, right? Yeah. It's a hey, like if you can be so offended by someone like just like mentioning the idea of that, right? Because he didn't directly relate it to the situation with until afterwards.
Yeah.
But like if that framing of it like disturbs you that deeply, it's like, well, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe that reason is,
poignant,
some guilty feelings or something. Yeah, something you should like dig into. And like she loses herself, right? And it's like,
well, and then later on, she says to Lisa, she's like, don't let your she says something where she's like, that's what the Nazis do. She says something to her in that argument scene with Lisa. She says like, like don't let your emotions. Oh, I can't remember what she says. Let me look it up. You keep talking, but like she links brings it to Nazism, or like mentions Nazis.
Well, I just think it's funny that like Lisa's mom does it to her. Lisa does it to like Emily, or well, like there are these scenes where like one person is maybe not willfully misconstruing the other, but like there's like I don't know, because they're kind of different every time. But it's like someone is taking the least charitable interpretation of what someone else is saying, right?
Yeah.
And then like being argumentative or combative about that.
Yeah.
And the only time, and like we see people being like Lisa to her mom, and like her mom has to be very sort of like, okay, like I am the parent here, and like she like we see the different ways that people react to it, and like even Lisa to Emily, and then like Emily to Ramon, and then like it's and then even to a lesser extent Ramon to Lisa's mom when he's like, listen, if you want to break up with me, that's fine, but then he has to be a diva and like actually die. It's like, bro, like okay, go on. Like gets broken up with, dies, like okay, come on, fella. So I don't know, it's so it's just so fun and interesting, and so like I mean, so we did a couple weeks ago, right?
Real quick.
Crazy Stupid Love.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, you want to bring up that fucking movie. But
I just want to compare the two with the idea that you talked about before, like, the idea of these interconnecting stories. That movie does that so dog shit compared to, like, this movie. It's insane, bro. Anyways,
the line is, you have every right to falsify your own life, but you have no right to falsify anyone else's. That's what makes people into Nazis. Which is such a funny thing to say. Like a crazy
honestly,
thing to bring up. And, like, to be, to, like, getting defensive about.
Yeah, definitely insane, but also, like, within the context of that conversation, she was kind of right.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
She's right that, like, Lisa's being, like, kind of trite.
She's
or, like,
weird,
maudlin,
injecting herself into...
Yeah,
very trite. Yeah, like, because she's like, oh, like, I feel like I was her daughter, And it's like, you have no idea, like, what she was experiencing there. Yeah. Like, yes, you were physically there, but you have no idea what that person that you were interacting with was experiencing. Don't try to... I would be so pissed. If somebody said that to me about one, I'd be like, don't fucking tell me how they were feeling. Don't tell me that you were their kid. You were not.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. Like, let's get this straight.
Yeah.
So mad.
You mentioned Crazy Stupid Love and the interconnected stories. Let's talk about Joan, the mom, a little bit, because she also is, like, has a whole movie's worth of stuff going on in her life that you're only getting these glimpses of right through Lisa. And so, it's driving home the segmented or kind of like bifurcated nature of their relationship. But she also is like an asshole at various points in this movie. It's crazy. When she calls her a cunt,
sometimes,
whoa, like, obviously, like, Lisa's being an asshole for sure. But the way that Joan is, like, not able to even handle and, like, walk away because she's so desperate for a connection and to, like, help her daughter, but her daughter won't let her in, is upsetting. And, like, you want her to just walk away and, like, have a conversation that is, and, like, set your emotions aside for this, like, because it's just so, you're both so fucking, like, up about it. You know what I mean? It's good. It's upsetting.
I think that is such a very, like, single parent experience. And I don't know that for sure, but it's just because I've had a single parent, right? But, like, to the point where, like, they get overwhelmed with their life, right? And it's like you bringing up your bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, you as the child being like, your shit doesn't matter at all. Like, I don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
And, like, how crushing that must be.
Well,
and seeing how a parent can respond to that. And, like, in a very human way, because, like, she could have handled that way fucking worse, I guess is what I'll say.
Sure. I think the problem is that in that moment, Joan is so blended with, like, what's going on in her life that she doesn't realize that Lisa's not being like, fuck you, your shit doesn't matter because I hate you. But she's like, oh, everything doesn't matter because I'm traumatized, like, by this, like, by seeing this person die. So she doesn't even realize that. And it's upsetting because you're like, if you could just take yourself out of the situation for a second, you could see this isn't really about you or your relationship. Like, even though it's damaging.
Well, she even mentions, like, oh, like, and I think that you've had this traumatic experience happen to you. But she says it in such a way that it's about her almost, right? Because she's like, oh, like, I'm seeing someone new. I have a new showing going on.
And my daughter's, like, getting fucked up. You just had a
traumatic... my daughter... And it's like... It's so funny because it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just, right? Like, oh, like, this is a bad situation. Actually, this is my bad situation, and it's like, this is an injustice upon me. But it is kind of true, right? Like, from their perspective, it is. And like I was kind of getting at before, like, being able to step back, and, like, when she steps out and she goes, all right, that was wrong of me. Like, when they both call each other.
That was refreshing. Like, I was glad that was wrong of me. Yeah, that was, like, a nice...
But it's so real. That is, like... to be real, I've had, like, arguments with my mom where, like, I've, like, escalated and, like, I've cursed or something, and then, like we'll go back and forth a bit, and I'll be like, listen, like,
we should not get here. Yeah, like, let's take a
let's take a breather. All right, like, this is not. Let's just, like, start again, right? Because like, something is not, like, being communicated. Like, we can be frustrated with each other, but, like, at least for right now, we got to live together. So let's try to make that work, right? And it's like, I don't know, man.
I'm gonna cut this out.
Help me!
Damon! But what you mentioned about, and this is where I'll cut back in, but what you mentioned about like having to stop a conversation and be like, all right, let's take a step back and like revisit this another time because we are not fucking being productive right now.
And like, I've had that happen with people, and it's funny because I'll say like...
It can be awkward, you know?
It can be awkward, but I'll say 8 or 9 times out of 10, I can think of maybe 10 times that I've had to like stop and be like, hey, like, sure, this is not helpful. 8 or 9 times out of 10, completely fine afterwards, like actually helpful. I've distinctly had times where that's gone wrong, and the other person feels like it's like a threat, or like you're trying to do some like weird power game, like mind game with them. And then they get even more fucking either like angry or like betrayed or hurt or sad, whatever.
It's such a valuable skill to have in a long-term like romantic relationship. Like if like my ex and I, like I would sometimes do that where I'm like, I don't want to talk to you right now. Like this is not productive. Like we're not seeing eye to eye. And it's like, oh, you want to try and put boundaries in? Like how dare you? Like that was like one of the crash outs we had.
Gotta rotate his jaw.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was like, oh, you don't like when I'm putting like, anyway, okay. Anyway, let's talk about Margaret.
It's weaponized therapy speak.
It really is.
You know, it's bad. Anyway,
but no. So yeah, their relationship is so fraught in a way that feels.
Oh, whose?
Sorry,
her and her mother's?
Lisa and Joan. Yeah, her and her mom.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Their relationship is so fraught.
Big tangent there.
Yeah, I know we did. Yeah. Sorry. But the watchers at home, they don't know because I'm going to do some
that was a
editing.
Sneak one. They don't know about this one.
They don't know how long we just talked. But no, so the way that they kind of come together at the end is not like, it doesn't feel fake or like, you know, like, oh, okay, everything's fine now. But it does feel like, okay, the dam broke a little bit, or at least like we've got like a little sprinkling of rain, you know, on the field, like something, so that they can connect again is nice.
It felt like the piano teacher in like, just in the way that the final note was. I think that they're,
that's a crazy point.
Was something. Well, I think that they're like very different tones, but right, like the piano teacher being all about like that idea of like repression and like trying to let yourself out, and then like at the end, you know, when she's just stabbing herself, and it's like
spoilers
that, like,
for the piano teacher.
Perfect. Spoilers for the piano teacher. It's that that poise, that like I need to like stay composed, right? And like here it's that like breaking, right, where it's like you're like in this bubble of like, oh, like you're finally starting to see like, oh, like, hey, are we the bad guys? You know, like,
can I do this?
And like how much guilt like should I have for this, and like how much guilt should people in general have for like their actions, right? And like the song too is like
the opera.
I know it's in Italian, but it's opera, right?
Yeah, I'm
but
curious what it is.
It feels very like poignant and touching.
Yeah,
it feels emotional.
Well,
like it's like,
there's something going on where it's like a song of them. She's like singing to a guy, but it's like it looks like it's a drag, like someone in drag, like the guy that's also singing, or like the other singer. So it's, and then they like come together and then part again, which also feels very spot on for this movie.
Yeah. But and the way not to
don't ways in
do
which
the ways in which, but the way that they film that scene is crazy, because it's kind of a departure from how we've been following characters. When we're just like seeing different people in the audience, and it hits so hard because it's like, oh, like, okay, just like people we don't know, they're all like super focused. Seeing the different ways that people like respond to the opera, right? Especially when like, I don't know, like we've seen, like, this is not something that like Joan or Lisa enjoy, right? This was Ramon's hobby, you know? That like he was pulling Joan into. And so like seeing like all of these different people, and it's like, okay, so like they all have different like reasons for why they're here, and like like some people are like bobbing their heads, some people are like super like intently focused, and like they all have different ways that they're appreciating the medium. And then we get to two people that we know, right?
And we have
and,
all
like,
their
we know the backstory behind it. Yes, or at least more context, and like more context behind like their reactions and the emotions that they're experiencing, and like then it puts us in the seat like directly behind them before we finally get the just the shot of the two of them like purely reacting, and she starts crying. Like it's so what is it, the term saunderance or whatever?
Yeah,
I think
where
that's
it's
a
like
made
where
up
you
word,
know, like,
but,
everybody's got their own internal thing.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like this movie really just tries to like push that idea as much as it can, and it lends itself to creating a lot of like maybe not fully fleshed out characters, but characters that feel real, right? Like there's no character in this movie that I go, oh, somebody wouldn't act like that. Like, I mean, talking about like, like Greenaway movies and or like more
like stylized,
more stylized, where it's like, oh, okay, like this character is performing in a way that like an actor might, like maybe not in like, I don't know, the classical sense of the word, but like I'm watching a performance, and like even though like the people here do give performances, right?
It's more they are playing very inhabited characters that feel like just regular humans, and not like characters to an end, like emotionally or stylistically. Like I get that, yeah.
And even like the set piece characters, like the lawyer or
Kieran Culkin,
the woman who was hit. But the woman who was hit, her
Emily, her friend. Yeah. Oh, her cousin.
Her relative. Yeah. Who is like very much so like just a set piece, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm just here for the money, yada yada. And she's like, I really don't want the calls. Like, I didn't really know her.
Yeah,
Stop
she's
with the calls,
so hostile
like, at the
at first, and then she's like, we got money on the table? Well, it's my responsibility to Monica. That was so upsetting.
But it's
but it's real.
It's so fucking real. Yeah. Man.
We talked a lot about the performances. I do want to spend a second, because you talked about in the opera, like seeing all the different people. There are so many crowd scenes in this movie. Like I lost count. Like of like Lisa walking through crowds, or like just like we're spending time with like just like 2 or 3 seconds like fixated on like a person in a crowd. There's one scene where it's like it looks like a couple dudes like at a chapel, and there's like a little girl. It looks like maybe at a wedding. And it's just like such a, I don't want to say like it's cliche, that sounds like a dig, but like just such a nice reminder of like, okay, there is a bigger world out there. Like Lisa is spending so much time fixated in her world, and like this huge city is so small to her, but we're getting these glimpses of like, there's a whole bunch of other shit going on. Don't forget that, like that not only don't get too self-absorbed or too absorbed in Lisa's story here in the way that she's so self-absorbed. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned earlier you mentioned the transitory shots, and just sort of like the sort of like miss, there's something missing here, right? Yeah, and they really nail it. And you also mentioned the letters from home, and it feels like a lot of these like
news from home,
transitory shots.
One of your favorite movies,
News from home.
Letters?
Dog. Did I say letters?
Letters?
I did.
Just making shit up. But yes,
that's just a Rickyism. Yeah. But like the transitory scenes, and like the crowd scenes, I feel like especially lend themselves to it. But like even just like the scenes of like the not nature, but like just like
the
buildings
landscape,
or like waterways and whatnot. Yeah, it's cool. The landscape. Yeah, it's awesome, man. Yeah. It really does. It provides a sense of scope. And it lets you kind of like take a breath, like, and especially in movies like this where there's like a huge amount of like interpersonal tension.
Yeah.
Like, well, knowing that like you can sort of like step back and breathe a little bit is great, right? Like,
Well, and not just that there's so much tension in the characters and the writing, but also like the editing is so not upsetting, not tumultuous. Those are too dramatic of words, but like there's something about how it's like we're cutting at really weird points in scenes. Like there's huge chunks of scenes where like other movies would have I don't mean this as a dig toward other movies or whatever, but like a scene would play out like you would have a full like kind of mini arc of like, okay, the conversation starts and then we have rising tension. There's like a climactic scene and then a resolution, or like bit to it and then a resolution, and then we're moving on to the next little like part of the plot or the next scene. We don't get that in this. Everything is cut like at weird times. Like scenes end like mid conversation or like nearly mid conversation. You don't get a lot of resolution from like scene to scene. And it feels like slapdash makes it sound sloppy. I'm trying to find the right word, but it is like chaotic, the way that it's edited together. And so like those little brief, like you know, kind of like shots of her walking down the street or like seeing the buildings or like seeing pigeons or whatever is like you said, like a chance to like breathe that you don't get in, you know, so many of these, like, you know, Lisa just running from one house to the other causing problems.
Well, it's the same way, or like that the final scene, and the way we're sort of talking about it is emblematic of like the rest of the movie as well, because it's in the same way that, like, okay, we get this like 2 hours or whatever, 2.5, that we get to spend with Lisa, and we get to see things from her perspective, right? It's the same, like, that's what you get when you're like interacting with others, right? And like so it's a very interesting way for the movie to be set up like that, and to be, it leaves many things kind of, I guess, open-ended, like just like sort of conversational, but like that's kind of how they are in real life, especially like if you like walk past like a classroom and you hear like a snippet of conversation, or like, you know, you step in for a few minutes or whatnot, or somebody tells you about their day, like you're only like getting these bits, you know?
The Shakespeare scene where the kid is like arguing with him about what like comparing,
so real. It pissed me off so bad.
It pissed me off too, but why? What pissed you off? Because we might come to this with different. I saw somebody commenting about that scene in a way that made me mad, and so I'm curious about what your interpretation is.
Because all right, so one of my gen eds was like a philosophy class. Sure. No, and like I've had teachers, and I've had teachers like this. I've had like fellow students who get an idea and they're like very like rabid about it. Sure. And it's, I don't know, the first refutation is like where you have to be like, oh, okay, sure, fine. And I was pretty fine with it. Once the dude like double or like triple down, he's like, no, this is what Shakespeare meant. And it's just like, it's not, and we need to move on right now, right? It's funny because I see it from both sides. Like, I get the teacher, knows my right?
reaction here. Yeah.
I know your reaction. I get the teacher, and like I can completely empathize. Like, you have a lesson plan that you're trying to follow, and you're trying to get students to like see and recognize certain patterns from writers, whatever, or like whatever the lesson plan is, right? Totally get that. And I see it from the student's perspective, like, oh, like I have an idea, I want to share this, right?
Right.
I just also think that like sometimes when you're in a class of 20 people, your idea is not always going to be the one that we talk about for
the rest
X
of the
amount
class,
of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you need to like be able to acknowledge that and move on. And I hate that personality of like no, actually, this is right. And like it's like, all right, well, like
that's that person we were just talking about that I cut out. Actually, that's like almost
okay.
But no, I hear you. I definitely think like the kid is immature and can't read the room. That scene,
the teacher handles it pretty poorly.
Yes,
to be
that
fair.
scene is the fucking thesis of the movie. Like where Matthew Broderick, Ferris Bueller himself, is like so he has such tunnel vision about like what the interpretation of the text is. I'm not even saying I agree with what the kid is saying, but the kid is making a relevant enough point that like
it's a decent point, honestly. Yeah,
any like teacher that wasn't so like wound up and kind of like focused on like sticking to the plan would approach that with even just a moment of curiosity is going to reward that kid and keep from having this weird conflict in the class. Like to be like, oh, what makes you say that? Huh, interesting. Anyway, it's such an easy thing to like do, but like because the teacher's so wrapped up in like he either feels personally indignant about this interpretation or he's just like had a rough day and he wants to get back to drinking his fucking orange juice that he like crashes out on the student is pretty, it's such a good thesis of this movie that everyone's so close but can't empathize with each other to the point of like literal expression, is crazy.
But it's like, I mean, I've seen teachers on like both sides of the coin and like be able to be, and like, I don't know, to me it was like, I've seen kids go on like tangents like that. And specifically, like, almost the exact same conversation, right? And I've seen, like, super, like, Christian or, like, Catholic kids try to be like, no, well, like, it proves in the idea of the divine, and, like, even if, like, you are an atheist, like, you have to believe in it, like, even, like, all through all of your works, yada, yada. And it's like, all right, like, sure, I guess, right? And, like, teachers try to, like, I've seen teachers handle that, like, very well and, like, also pretty poorly. But I had a kid in a philosophy class.
Oh, no.
We were talking about like Descartes and like the nature of being and like the wax ball experiment, yada yada.
The wax baby bell experiment. Well, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I feel like, and when I'm rotating that ball, the kid was just like, oh, but then like I guess isn't he just kind of saying that like atoms aren't even real, so we could just like move through each other?
I don't know, dog.
And like he was like, I'm an engineering student, so like I tend to take things very literally. Like the way that I was like, dude,
yeah,
like I don't think like this is your issue with it, but he spent like 10 minutes just like trying to railroad this idea, and like the teacher definitely like. He wasn't getting angry. I feel like he handled it so fucking well because he was like, okay, like that's an interesting idea. Let's pursue that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like the whole time he was just clowning on the kid because he was like, oh, okay, so like there's nothing, so you're nothing, so we're not talking. Like it's just like absurdism levels of like entertainment of the idea.
Yeah.
But like I feel like sometimes you kind of have to do that. But like also it is one of those things where it's like, bro, like. I don't want to deal with this fucking bullshit. And, like, if I was a kid in that room... Because, like, there's some other scenes where, like, the kids are like, hey, like, you're not the only fucking people here, so shut the fuck up. Like, we gotta talk. And, like, I get it. Like, I get it.
Is, like, you're not the only person here, shut the fuck up. Like...
yeah. Delivered by, like, one of the side characters that we spend very little time with. One of Lisa's classmates says it. It's like, alright, but, like, kind of true as fuck, bro.
Yeah, I found that scene so like what a missed opportunity. I think I just feel like an inherent like willingness to like give kids a little bit more like grace in that way that like when I see a teacher in a movie or like an adult in a movie kind of like when she calls her a cunt or like the way this teacher like because it'd be so easy to like Socratic method this kid into being like, well, what in the text supports that besides this like of this interpretation? Nothing. Okay, cool. So maybe that like that's an easy thing to do. So I like when,
but like I think the movie's trying to show like a full range, right? Because it does that. There's a lot of times where like Lisa will say some out of pocket shit. She said something that was like fucking insane. Yeah, she's like they're trying to form a medieval caliphate within the East so that they could destroy America.
And like the teacher's like class says that, and she's like, "Yeah, you're right." Like she says something about like they kill their women after they've been raped, or she says something like really. Insane.
Somebody else says that. Yeah. Okay. No, well. Yeah.
They're all
like,
crazy.
The teacher's just like. Again, there are many insane statements that were made, but the teacher like just goes, "Oh, okay, let's explore that." Like it's like, but it is that I think that's also a great way to get people to like challenge their own ideas. Is to like try to explain themselves. Like, what the fuck do you actually mean by that?
Which are the worst teacher in this group? Is it Matt Damon? Is it Matthew Broderick? Or the like debate teachers that are just letting the kids be racist in class? Like, let's rank them.
Worst? Probably the one who slept with the student. It's Matt Damon. That's probably top of the list. It's kind of difficult to beat that.
That's the one.
Unless they were like actively like beating the kids in class, I don't think you're.
No, I know. The just speaking of the adults that are also wrapped up in their own little world, the dad is like on Valium. Like the dad is such a great disconnected parent like trope. Like that is literally, and like anyone who's had to like talk to their parent who like, and she says earlier in the film too, she's like before the last phone call, she's like, I don't think the Arizona thing's gonna happen. And like her mom even looks disappointed when she like overhears it on the phone. Yeah. But like she knew the whole time, but her mom was just like, was like, oh, like, because like she knew how much she was looking forward to it, or her mom knew how much she was looking forward to it, and it's like, it's tough to be a kid and like understand that, like, and like have that like wry, sardonic view, and still be like, oh, okay, well, like the adults in my life will fail me. That's fine. That's just like what they do, I guess, right? Yeah. But to like have like your own shit going on and be like, well, like I can't rely on them as like a source for like emotional regulation or whatever, right? I don't know. Tough. Yeah. He's played by the writer-director, Kenneth Lonergan.
Oh, shit. That's cool.
Yeah. So he does
a good job.
Yeah, he does a great job playing, like, such a disaffected, like, parent who is clearly, like, worlds away. Like, literally, like, the most removed fucking place on Earth compared to New York City. And even just the interactions that he has with the stepmom, where he's half talking to her, half on the phone with Lisa.
Yes.
And, like, kind of, like, managing her or handling her while she's, like, make sure you figure out what food she's, like, even that is just, like, such a great glimpse of, like, oh, another fucking adult who doesn't understand what the fuck is going on with Lisa. Like, and is being, like, kind of an asshole to her. It's Yeah. It's great. It's really, really good. Good writing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I feel like
what,
we didn't talk
the party scene, the sex
Kieran
scene
Culkin.
we didn't mention.
Yeah, I was going to say, what else did we not cover? I'm looking at the cast, basically.
So for that, I mean, that struck me a lot as, and even the scene later with not Ruffalo, the other Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Like they're like not. I mean, bids for attention, affection. Like,
yeah.
I think. And also when she gets home, whoa, back to immediately after the first. There's a decent bit we haven't covered. Immediately after the first scene, when she gets home, covered in blood.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
So insane.
Upsetting. Yeah, because you don't really think about that like
yeah.
after an accident or something like that. Like no one cleans you up. Like you have to do that yourself.
Yeah,
it's nuts. Yeah,
fucked up. And this was when I still had like my sarcasm shades on a little bit. And I was like, oh, they didn't do like a Psycho reference. I was like, oh, they didn't do like the blood swirling the drain. And then
but she does it with her hair. Did you see that when she
whips it and it hits the wall?
Oh, it's like
gross and it leaves a line on the wall. Yeah. That's so. I think I don't remember whether it was two scenes that they like split up a little bit, but like I remember thinking that at first. I was like, oh, like kind of a missed opportunity. You're not doing the blood circle in the drain, and then they did it out on the wall. I was like, that's a neat little touch. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But that was like tough.
Yeah.
So many scenes with her brother. We don't talk about her relationship with her brother, but like, okay, so her brother sees her walk in covered in blood, right?
He's like, what happened?
Obviously,
to you?
can't really empathize.
And she's just like, fuck off, like, just like goes to her room.
Him playing that piano in the background. This kid's a little fucking psycho. There were like a couple times during the film where I was like, dude, like, I literally thought to myself, laying props to you, because if I had like a little brother or something, and I get home and I'm like ready to crash out, and they start playing some fuck ass piano.
Props
dude, I'm going out there. I'm breaking this shit. It's over, man.
Why are you giving props?
Yeah, you had. Do you not have? You had brothers and sisters.
I'm the youngest.
Am I crazy?
Yeah, I'm the youngest of
7.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
But no, I mean,
you get to be the little shithead.
Yeah. Which is strange because every interaction I have with people now, I am the older sibling or the mom friend.
Yeah.
So it's
you grew into it.
Yeah. I'm paying the penance, honestly.
Had a lot of good teachers, growing up.
Yeah. But no, the kid grows up to be the fucking kid from Crazy Stupid Love, like probably, like it's just like No, the kid's fine. I feel like he's the most, like the least seen or like the least developed, I guess, character of them all. Not for any bad, just because we don't see him and Lisa interacting as much. But
I think just the piano playing, or like just even in their interactions, it just underscores how much, like, how different they are and how much they literally can't connect. They live together, and like they're closer in age than like she and her mom are, right? And like it's like, all right, well, but yeah, and then the party scene, the sex scene were both pretty, I don't know, not like whatever, but I was like, okay, like it's a bit for attention.
I gotta say,
not attention, a bit for affection, because like I can definitely, like, after like facing mortality like that, you know,
you're like, I gotta speed run all of my shit. Yeah.
Gotta start checking shit off the list, right?
And
also, like, it's escapism. You're getting away from the guilt. But anyway, go on.
No, for sure. So like when I first started watching this, I was like, man, I wasn't like, she is literally me, but there were definitely certain things about her character that like, I was like, like the way she looks in certain times, like, was a lot like what I looked like in high school. Like the long hair, like I used to have really long brown hair, and then like the way she dressed was pretty similar to how I dressed, and headband in the hair sometimes, like I did that. So, and like just like that, like kind of like mid to late 2000s style, like was one I latched onto. But then when she's this is TMI, but like when she is sleeping with Kieran Culkin and she's like, did you bring a condom? And he's like, yep. She's like, should you put it on? And he's like, I will in a sec. I was like, oh man, I have had that exact verbatim conversation before, like, and I knew how it was going to end. And I was like, don't let him do it.
No, as soon as he said it, I was like, buddy. Yeah, it's over. And then it's like two strokes later, and he's like, oh, sorry. It's like, buddy, come on.
Acts like he's like, oh, this is the best thing in the world. I'm so cool about it. Like, it's not really that big a deal to get. And then he's like, like two pump chumping it. It's
you gotta, like, I was like, you gotta give her a little something more than that, man. Like, come on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
pretty funny. I thought the whole scene was pretty funny.
Yeah, not super.
Like the way that she's so eager to like try to like prove herself.
Yeah.
And she's like embarrassed still when he like goes down on her. And she's like, no, like let me do you.
So real.
But then she has to like make a joke out of it.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, like any tips?
Yeah.
He's like, bro, like
like
go for it.
Yeah. And then the scene where they're doing blow, that's pretty good. Where she like Darren, poor Darren. We don't really get much of him after like the halfway point of the movie, but she's just so, like you said, so desperate for like a affection or like connection.
Yeah, well, because she does the like I love you to like both of them, and like both of their reactions are just like huh? I mean, in like very different situations, you know, like
but it's sad. It's one of those scenes where it's like, man, I empathize with this character. It's a little funny. I'm glad it's not worse. That sucks.
It was kind of funny, yeah.
There's
some scenes that are so over the top with like how human and real they are that like they're just funny. It's like laughably funny, and like even sometimes, and like I do this sometimes in real life, and it gets me in trouble. Like sometimes I will see people like lose like a hold of their emotions or whatever, and I'll laugh because it is like kind of cosmically funny. I'm like, all right, like what are we really doing here, man? Like, I would not be able to be on phone call. Well, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, Future Lane, you have to cut this, I would not be able to contain myself, and they started, like, freaking out, like,
and like, crying,
If they did that, I would be, I would be like, bro, like, like, leave the call, you know?
Not the first
like,
time.
And I mean, not the first, like, I mean, I'd be able to control myself, and I would say, like, leave the call, but it'd be funny to me. Like, I'd have to stop myself from, like, I don't...
It's very over the top.
I don't know.
It's outsized.
I kind of want to ask, does that make me a bad person? Like, that's...
No, I think it depends, right?
I feel like that's normal, right?
Like, I think it's a defense mechanism, probably, in some ways, of like, this is like a weird emotional reaction.
This is too serious.
Not even that it's too serious, but just like, I don't know how to, like, how do you respond to that? Can be like, if, like, I'm sure, like, if I called you and I was like, Ricky, my family member just died and I'm crying, like, I don't think you'd laugh at me, right? You know what I mean?
Sad, I guess.
Right?
No,
like, or like if I was, if something like serious, but like...
Yeah, if it's like anger or frustration, and especially those about things which are
not that serious,
relatively unimpactful to like someone's life, I'm like, dude, like, what are we really doing? Like, why are you acting like this? You know?
Yeah.
And like that's I don't know. It's just so, because I had a coworker like that who was like, we were in the office, and someone like emailed them, not even that aggressively, but they got like, they were like red in the face to the point of like, I was like, dude, like,
take a walk.
You need to go for a walk. Like it looks
lunch.
like you're gonna like
Will
cry
you
or something.
go to lunch?
I think it was like right before lunch, but like, dude, he got so worried. Like he like beat red and like and it was like breathing like super heavily at his desk. I was like, dude, like, this is not
I've had like
that serious.
A lot of
like, I don't know what's going on, man.
I don't think I've ever cried in my professional, like in my white collar career. I don't think I've ever cried in front of somebody.
Neither have I.
But like, I've had a lot of people like, and I manage teams, which is different. Like, so, you know, but then again, my boss cries at me, so I don't know, who knows? It's a toss up. But like, but yeah, I understand like being stressed to that point. I don't necessarily see it as like an outsized reaction, but at the same time, it is awkward because you're like, I don't know how to comfort this person. Like, crying can be an intimate thing, you know, that you don't necessarily do with like your coworkers or your professional acquaintances. So it's like, I think not knowing how to respond in that moment makes sense, and like feeling like laughing or like, you know,
The thing, I can honestly deal with crying, because like I've also had coworkers cry, and I've been able to like be the shoulder to cry on, like hug them, you know, like let's talk it out a little bit. Like, it's really not that bad. But I think it's the like repressed emotion leading to anger that I can't like, and like I'm not gonna say that like I never get angry or like or like I never like repress emotions and get angry, but like I really do try not to, and I do try to like I don't know. Anger is supposed to like, you're supposed to let it burn away, right? Because otherwise it gets bad, you know. And like, dude, I don't know. People just get really so worked up. It's like, man, let's not. Like, we really just don't have to.
Just go sleep with your math teacher. It's fine. Like, just go. Yeah.
I forget how we got onto the idea of like someone getting that worked up and angry.
Well, it was about
laughing in those situations.
It was about laughing in, just like that. There's moments in this where people like have these like really big.
Oh yes, yeah. Outsized reaction. Yeah. I mean, and it did make me feel bad because there are so many moments that are so like emotionally impactful, and I think that might have been a part of it, was that like, I mean, the idea that the one conversation Lisa has with her mom, right? I mean, and it's the one that we just keep going over with, that everyone has with everyone else, right? Where it's like, well, your problems don't fucking matter. Like, I'm going through something. Yeah. And it's just like, that is like kind of childish, but I think people have that realization like every fucking day in some like new manner, right?
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to coexist. It's hard to include other people's problems with your own. And even when you try to, it's hard not to see them within your own lens. Like, it's hard to be like, even if you're like, oh, I know Ricky is going through XYZ, I want to be there for him. It's still filtered through your own perspective, and there's no getting around that. There's just nothing you can,
Yeah.
So, not that I think that that's like a cause for cynicism. I saw a lot of critiques that this movie was cynical. I didn't see this movie as cynical at all. I think it's maybe a little bit like,
I think it's hopeful.
I do think that it's maybe a little sad. Like, I think that there's like a sadness to realizing, like, the poem that this comes from is like all about like recognition as you grow up that like the world can be a sad place, but it's not doomed.
I think I think a lot of the dialogue is very cynical, right?
Sure.
And I think it does that because it is kind of being over the top, right? And it's to show you that, like, hey, like, I think if anything, the movie is like being a cynic of being too cynical. Because it's like, oh, okay, right? Like, nobody else's problems matter. You're the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, really, really big idea there, buddy. Like, it's I don't know. Like, how can you not be genuine? Like, when there's so much out there and so many others going through their own unique experiences,
Yeah. This movie is both like this, the world is a big place. It's like the bus meme. What if the bus, what if Mark Ruffalo's driving the bus from the bus meme? But like, oh my God. It's like, oh, the world is a big place and everybody cares about their own or has their own problems. And then it's like, oh, the world's a big place and everybody has their own problems. Like, it's like two different, like, know what I mean, perspectives on the world. But like the movie is gentle or gracious toward people being self-absorbed while still saying, everybody's that way,
The movie is not, like, that's why I would say it's not cynical, because it's not mean to its characters, and like we talked about that before, but like it's very, very kind, I think, to all of its characters, and
it's very Mike Lee in that movie. Something we've talked about every Mike Lee movie we've watched except Naked, which is maybe the most like unlikable protagonist who just keeps fucking up and like making bad choices, and but in that same way still has like a sense of humanity and like redemption.
Around us.
What's that?
Sense of humanity in the world around us.
True. Yeah.
But it's like I could see, just like on a shallow watching, comparing this to something like Good Will Hunting, or like we talked about before with like the West Wing style dialogue.
Yeah, where it's like hopecore, but like in a cringe way.
Yeah,
like cringe, like trying too hard. Yeah,
and then being cynical because of that, right? And being like, oh, this movie is cynical because it drives people to be cynical.
Yeah.
There was another movie I wanted to compare this to. Fuck, what was?
I don't know.
I think I lost it.
We've compared this movie to like every movie. We talked about The Thief and the Cobbler
because it's great.
Good Will Hunting. You know what movie this is like?
I think it's
Observe and Report. Huh. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just full of shit. It's a good movie. No, I really, I was a little like 10% worried I wouldn't like this movie, but no, I really liked it going in for different reasons than I thought. It was very different than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But I was quite impressed. Probably still not going to watch.
Black Swan was what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I think this movie is much better than Black Swan. I agree. Not like not obviously, but like I think.
Yeah, no,
maybe from the way we've talked about it.
Yeah,
pretty.
Yeah. Black Swan's good, but it ain't Margaret.
But especially just like the daughter mother interaction. It's insane how much like more varied and deeply layered this movie makes it, and it's not even the center point of the movie versus like Black Swan, where it's like that feels like it's so much more of a like pivotal, like driving
interesting
force.
One for us to do on Mother's Day weekend. Didn't we do like a really like bad Mother's weekend movie or record last year for Mother's Day?
I don't know, but probably it feels like something we would do.
Not on purpose. I think we just like we're like, oops.
No, I don't think on purpose, but I also think like it's something we would do. That was probably right around Y Tu Mamá También, around that point. Maybe a little earlier than that, because we do like double features or something. But
maybe I can't. Yeah, Y Tu Mamá También was probably around this time last year that we recorded. Our episode that came out a year ago exactly today was The Thief and the Cobbler, which is crazy.
Wow.
Anyway.
That is crazy, yeah.
Do we have anything else to say about Margaret from 2011?
I do not. I really enjoyed this movie. I think it was great.
Me too.
Thank you for picking it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll watch Manchester by the Sea. I think I don't want to. I don't think I want to go there. I don't think I want to visit Manchester by the Sea. I don't want to see Casey Affleck try to shoot himself. But I do want to see this director's other movie, You Can Count on Me, which has Mark Ruffalo in it too. So, someday.
Well, Lane, I
know.
have come with a game.
That's not what you're supposed to say.
I had homework today. Actually, what I'm going to say is I had homework today for
okay, I just tossed it off.
Watching.
I tossed it off.
Let's play a little game.
You want to play a little game?
Thank you. You have to say it. I just said, like, come with a game, not expecting you to actually come with a game. I totally thought you were going to just ignore that. So.
I was like, I've gotta.
Okay.
So...
I'm excited.
I have talked about Hamlet quite a bit today.
Oh, God.
And
oh, no.
a bit that I enjoyed in Hamlet was how there's these two side characters.
Oh, my God.
Right? Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, fairly unceremoniously, it's announced
that they're dead.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead.
Yeah.
In what other movies would it be funny for there to be like just like a little like
hey, by the way,
you know how sometimes at the end of movies
an epilogue,
they'll have like an epithet or like an epilogue or whatever that just says like and maybe not even dead, because as I was going through these, I was like, I don't know if I want to say like these characters are dead or whatnot, but I was like, I started just assigning I put like extra stuff in there where I was like, oh, these characters are doing like blank, like something that they would still be doing. Isn't that
like a Simpsons joke where it's like Sparky returned to his home planet or something? Isn't that like one of like about like because it's making fun of that in sitcoms that like end without being renewed, and they just have like a title screen at the end that's like this character died.
So they've done riffs on that. I think that one is that's where Homer drops his donut. It's where Homer he does become a voice actor for what is it? Itchy and Scratchy, and it's like I forget, he does become a dog character.
Oh right, they like make a third character and then they kill it, right?
Yes.
Isn't that the...
Yes. Yeah. And he's like supposed to be radical or whatever. And it's a season
Poochie.
8 episode, I'll say maybe. Poochie, yeah. What season?
Season 8. That's crazy that you fucking named it.
Let's go!
That is so fucking crazy that you got that. That's wild.
Episode, I'll say 16.
14. Jesus Christ.
It's somewhere in the middle. 14. Fuck! I was thinking 14. And it's somewhere in the middle there.
That's diseased of you. That's crazy.
But yeah, so it was supposed to just riff on like where they add a character and then it doesn't work out, and they're like, okay, how do we like do this well? Sure. And I think the episode's actually really good because it has Homer like give like a sort of impassioned speech.
Who would have thought this was our 2-hour episode?
Yeah, right.
What is this game called?
Anyway,
what is this? Does this game have a name?
It's Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Okay. But so I am going to give you 2 character names who appear very briefly in the beginning of a film, and I will give you just a funny descriptor of something that would be funny if it popped up at the end for them.
Okay.
And
I have to guess the name of the movie. Yeah.
Yes, and some of these are tough. So I'll say for and like I have an example for Hamlet. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, right? I have an example for this movie.
Okay.
And it's Darren and Paul are jerking off, right? So it's like They're just off screen. They're jerking off somewhere. So you ready? You can go.
Oh yes, I'm so excited. This is gonna be really fun. Yeah.
Okay. So
Oreo.
O'Malley and McBride are off building houses.
McBride. Oh, who's McBride? We know that name. Oh,
this is a horribly devious one.
This one's devious? Okay, building houses. Who builds houses? This is going to reveal that actually the reason we make games where I make the game and you guess is because I'm even worse at it than you are.
No, it's because I'm insane. And so this is where I was trying to figure out how much context is enough, because this is like disgustingly evil.
Yeah, I'm like, who builds houses? Is it? It's not like Grand Budapest Hotel.
No. Well, no.
Okay.
Should I give you a place? Would that maybe help a little bit?
Yeah, where are these characters building houses?
In Massachusetts.
Oh, so it has to be Good Will Hunting. Okay, so is this Ben Affleck and some other fucking side character where, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was their friends. It was their friends growing up, yeah.
That's really funny. Okay, I see.
Okay.
I just got recommended on YouTube earlier today, the Ben Affleck, the best part of my day. Wow, that was a terrible Boston. I'm not even gonna do Boston. Where he's like, the best part of my day is when I hope that you're not here, Matt Damon. It's like true. Agreed. Well, because he's hoping that he's found a job and fucked off or whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's why I thought of these, because I was like, oh, like, yeah, that's funny, because they like just barely mention them.
Yeah.
And it is because like you see him like once, and then they mention him at the end, you know.
Sure.
So it's like, oh, that's perfect.
Which is not how Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are positioned in Hamlet at all. They show up in like 6 scenes, and they're like a pivotal plot point.
I know,
but it's okay. I understand.
I know. It's also like
We're slant rhyming their characters. I get it. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. And I was like, if we want to do this again, we could be like a little looser with it. Sure. But anyway,
okay.
Mr. Sheldrake and Mr. Dobish are out on trysts or out cheating on their wives.
Cheating at this must be the apartment.
Yeah, it is.
I was like, cheating.
Sheldrake and Dobish were the two. Yeah.
What a good movie.
That was a pretty good movie. Mr. Koo and Mrs. Swin are gambling.
Gambling. Mrs. Koo or Mr. Koo and Mrs. Swin?
Yeah, Swin.
Are they referred to with Mr. and Mrs., or are they like, is this you like obfuscating their name a little bit?
It's not me obfuscating their name, but it's a name in another language, so it'd be like whatever the honorific equivalent to Mr. or Mrs. is.
Interesting. This sounds like French.
I don't know if we ever hear their first names. It's not French. I don't want to.
Okay, yeah, I won't. Sorry,
I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah. Ooh. They're gambling.
They're gambling. Yeah.
Hey, Peter, I hear you, buddy. Hey.
Have we had a casino movie? Or like
maybe not a casino movie. Cards. What other type of gambling is maybe common in foreign countries?
That's like even crazier. I was like, good boy, we're betting on dogs.
I only bet on losing dogs, okay?
Gambling. Oh, is this the Deer Hunter?
No. Although that's
crazy.
That's good.
Okay.
That's a good pull. I enjoy that. That's nice. Yeah. I think that's very in the spirit of the game.
Okay.
Is what I'll say. Well, just like having the mindset of like, like we saw people gambling there.
Sure. Can I get a country where they're gambling or a location?
China. Mainland China, I believe.
I mean, they don't gamble in The Killer, right? There's no gambling in The Killer.
It's not The Killer, no. Mm-mm.
In The Mood for Love, I don't remember there being any gambling. Is there Oh wait, they do gamble. Yeah, there's the neighbors. They're gambling. It's In the Mood for Love. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
yes.
Yeah. Damn, those are the
Ku and
neighbors.
Sven were
Okay.
They were like the neighbors / like landlords or whatever who like owned the buildings that would be gambling all the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I remember that now. Yeah, they're playing. They play like Rummy or some like weird ass game. Yeah.
Yeah, like gin or something. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether it was mahjong or something or like.
Oh, it might have been.
I feel like they also had like a tile thing too.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I didn't want to like give it away, but yeah.
I was like, there's no gambling in that movie. What are you talking about? I'm like looking for the movie that has like it's set in a casino. I'm like, we didn't like casino.
Yeah. That's dude. That like when I'm doing these games, that like you're scrolling through the list and you get really focused on like trying to find like pattern match something. Yeah.
All right. I'm so bad. I'm good. We're good. I got this.
Yeah. Okay. So these characters, one is mentioned. One is sort of like more relevant to the plot. And this is like my headcanon for them.
Okay.
But that Frank and Sidoni are having a fling.
Oh.
Sidoni.
Frank. Sidoni. You want them fucking. Who didn't fuck that we wanted to fuck? Did we talk about this?
I don't think we want we didn't want these. We didn't want them to fuck.
Oh.
I don't they did not canonically fuck either. The headcanon thing was just me trying to find a way to relate these two side characters.
I see. Okay. Man. Sidoni? Oh, jeez.
Sidoni, yep.
Where's their fling located?
They're travelers, so they could really be anywhere. These are a sort of high class aristocrat. Aristocrat. So it'd be tough to tell, right? Sidoni's sister would be very angry about this.
Sidoni's sister.
Oh, maybe, I assume.
That's not Barry Lyndon, right?
It's not Barry Lyndon, no.
Mm.
Although European,
I'm circling the parking lot a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, you're starting to heat up. Maybe a fire outside somewhere.
Did we like this movie?
Yeah,
we liked it. Okay, so it's not like blow up.
No, one of these characters is mentioned a couple of times. We actually meet. So
we meet. We've met them.
Yes,
face to face.
We meet Sidoni. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna need another hint. I think. See, this is why I write the game. This is why I write the games.
That's tough. Another hint.
Is it French? Is it a French movie, or is it? It's not like Umbrellas.
It's not French. But again, you're like close.
It's not Jean Dielman.
It's not Jean Dielman. I think you're getting even closer.
Closer and closer with Jean Dielman. It's not Deuce from Home, then. Yeah, because her sister named anyway. It's not fucking.
Oh, it would be Sidoni's cousin who is not happy about this. Not her sister. Sorry.
And there are aristocrats that drive around. Have we done this movie recently?
Maybe not. No, it's one that we covered a while ago. I don't know if aristocrat is the right term. I don't want to throw you too far off with it, but they're definitely like socialites. Yeah.
Oh man, I hope the Watchers.
I mean, they have jobs, like, like they're very.
That narrows it down.
But they're like well-off jobs, like the ones that are maybe not as. I don't want to say involved all of the time. I don't know. They have a lot of leisure time.
It's not like Amadeus, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I hope the Watchers are rattling the cage here a little bit at home. Sidoni and Frank.
If you'd want another hint,
sure.
The main character in this movie also is like sews or like is like similar, has like a similar hobby.
Is it Petra von Kant?
It is.
Okay.
Frank is her ex-husband. Sidoni is her cousin.
Okay, yeah.
Who brings Karin.
Yes, okay,
yeah.
Okay. So she's there for like 5 seconds at the end of the movie. Damn, that's tough. Having a fling.
She's there for a bit in the beginning too.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, oh well, they're socialites. They could be off like having a fling. That's why I was like, oh, that's like that's headcanon. Yeah. But like these two characters are mentioned pretty briefly. But
you're sticking it to me. I got you. Okay.
These are, dude. I mean, they're kind of like difficult.
This is payback for BC Boys. I see how it is. Yep, I understand.
Yeah. So this is another headcanon one, but we do see them hooking up in the movie.
Okay.
So it's Mary and Stan get married.
Mary and Stan. Do you have last names for these characters? I feel like I might need that.
I don't think I had them for these two, which is like kind of tough. I didn't want to.
Is that Unforgiven? Is there like is the woman the like prostitute in Unforgiven? Is that Mary?
No,
okay.
But I like where your head's at.
Okay, so the other Western we've seen. So is it like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
No, not in terms of like
genre.
theme of the movie, just in terms of like not even in terms of genre. I enjoyed that you were guessing well. You're like making guesses. Okay. You're throwing darts at the board. Sure. You know,
Mary and Stan. Can I get a decade for the movie? How about that? That might help narrow it
down. Oh yeah. Yeah,
let me just look it up.
The 2000s.
Yeah, the 2000s. Okay, Mary and Stan from the 2000s.
We see them hooking up, I guess I'll say.
See Mary and Stan hooking up. And they
on
get
the job.
Married. On the job. Would we want them to hook up?
On the job, yeah. We were worried about it when we were watching it, but it all turned out okay, so it's fine.
It's not Beyond the Sea.
It's not Beyond the Sea.
Hooking up on the job. Who hooks up on the job? Oh, it's Brokeback Mountain. It's is it Brokeback Mountain? Is it Michelle Williams?
It's not Brokeback Mountain, but I like that.
No, is it because she gets with her? Oh, but she marries him in that movie, so never mind.
Yeah. That's not. Yeah, that would be canon.
Yeah.
But you see how this game is like very easily like you can extrapolate it to any movie because it's like, oh, okay, it's just like two nondescript names.
Yeah. Thanks.
That's why I think the action helps a lot too. But it's like I don't know, it's tough. But I think Barry instead having sex on the job maybe helps a bit.
Is it throwing me off? Who hooks up on the job? It's not Moulin Rouge.
Well, they're never off the clock, so.
Yeah. No one fucks in Michael Clayton. There's no fucking in Super Size Me.
As far as you know.
Is it Eternal Sunshine? Is there a Mary and Stan in Eternal? Oh, yes. Okay, yeah.
Damn, while they're doing like the procedure. Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I think of that. I thought that movie was from the 90s for some reason. I didn't. Yeah, but no, 2004. Okay. Good.
And then for this last one of these characters is definitely dead at the end.
Okay.
The other one, I don't know. Anyway, it's Herbert and Peter are dead.
Herbert and Peter. So one's dead and one might be dead.
Yeah, one's dead and the other, pretty close. Like
the trial isn't.
Wouldn't be a surprise.
The trial is Joseph, right? Is that character's name? So it's not that.
Mm-hmm.
Herbert. Who the fuck is Herbert? You got to do better names than Herbert and Peter. We got to get some. You gotta pick some.
The problem is, if I give you the last name for the one, I think it's going to give it away. But I do have it if you want it.
Can you give me the last name of the other character that won't give it away?
No, their last name is not mentioned in the film.
Fuck! If you had to give this character a last name, if you had to just like guess one, like if you had to give him what would be like an appropriate last name for him?
Fliger, but it would be like PF EIGL YR.
Herbert and Peter. Is it The Great Escape? I feel like those are like Great Escape names.
It's not The Great Escape.
No, because all those guys have names like Big Dog and shit. Like they all have like nicknames.
Yeah.
Who's dead?
So,
yeah.
Peter's the one that dies.
Peter dies.
Herbert is really old at the end of this movie.
How does Peter die?
He gets his breath taken away.
What? We don't watch this movie.
What? He gets his breath taken away.
Is this Monster House?
No. I'm framing it that way because you could interpret that as like a drowning or like.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I was picturing like someone got their life sucked out of them.
No. Just like they
suffocated.
Asphyxiation, I guess, is the cause of death. Yeah.
Fuck, asphyxiated. Herbert and Peter. Peter died. This is Hereditary. No. Peter is Hereditary, but he dies, but he doesn't.
I could give you the last name.
What's Peter's last name?
I don't have Peter's last name. I have Herbert's last name.
Herbert's last
Would you like Herbert's last name?
Yeah.
Greenleaf.
Oh, okay, yes. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. It's Talented Mr. Ripley. I forgot about Peter. I was like, Peter.
Yeah, Peter. And
It's asphyxiated. Yes.
Again, it's kind of ambivalent as to like whether he's like strangled or like
Herbert
like just sort of
Greenleaf.
crushed to death.
That is his dad's
Yes.
name. Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't want to say the Greenleaf because I was like, oh, that's like a.
Oh, he does.
Like,
Peter does have a
that's
last name. He's Peter Smith Kingsley. Fuck.
Oh fuck!
Fuck. I would have gotten it from
What?
that though. If you had said Peter Smith Kingsley, I would have beeline for it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You fucked
I was
up the
only
whole
using
game.
the Wikipedia page.
You like literally
I did.
fucked up the
So
whole
like
game. The whole game sucks now.
I messaged you beforehand. I said, "Hey, listen, I'm not sure because like
No, this is fun.
especially because like it was fun, but like there were a lot of movies that like I was like, oh, this would be a fun one to do. Like, and I was like, so like one of them was like Enter the Dragon, and I was going to be like, oh, okay, like, I was going to say actually, his sister Sue Lin and the one guy, was it Roper or whatever?
Yeah.
Like come back to life. Like I was gonna like do that one. I was like, because like Sue Lin you don't see at all, and the one guy is like he's
Just
got a
kinda,
couple
like,
of scenes,
hanging
but I was
out,
like,
yeah.
oh, that'd be kind of funny, yeah.
That's good. I like that.
But yeah, and so like this might come back in the future. If you ask me to make another game, it's just going to be a riff on this.
Okay.
So
Okay. Alright, so I'll never ask you to make it. No, just kidding.
yeah.
No, but
like a lot of them, it's like I
Rosencrantz
want to
and
rewatch
Guildenstern-
part of the movie to figure out the name. Yeah,
But Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are like, they're not like top build characters, but they're not like super minor characters. Like they're not like the random like one scene. Like
So I was thinking of doing like Paranorman and having it be like his sister and like the other one of the other side characters, right? And like I was like, well, I wanted to get your feedback from this one
good,
so I could refine it for the future.
this is good.
You know,
This is a good. You've got a good seed as opposed to a bad seed. I would say.
Yeah. I was gonna do Bad Seed as well. I was like, I could do some of her like fuck ass classmates. So I was like, well, that's one that I would have to like watch to figure it out. Yeah, I know. Yeah. What could do like the kid that she killed, and it's like,
honestly,
all right, well,
you
like
could probably do this with the main characters' names for most of these, because like I mean, unless you're doing like
that's true. That's kind of tough.
Rebecca, like you know what I mean, like where the person is well, not Rebecca.
Yeah.
Rebecca's not in the movie, but yeah.
I think in the future, if we were to do this, I would like to do it like very much so in the style of like when a movie has like
the epilogue.
an epilogue. What movie did that recently? The smoking one.
The Insider.
Inside Man.
The Insider.
Insider.
Inside Man, good movie that you should
Insider.
watch, but different movie.
When they do that like recap thing at the end, we could do that and then have it be like, have the character get more and more main character as it goes on. So like it's
really
like
funny.
I feel like that would be the
that would be cool.
That would be like the more refined version of the game.
Like a 3 point, like you get it for 3 points on the first card.
Yes.
So, yeah, that would be cool. That'd be fun. Yeah. Good game.
But I was just kind of
you were riffing.
I don't know.
Yeah, you were
like,
having fun.
And that one I think might take a little bit longer. And I came at it with the idea of like the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I was like, oh, this would be like a funny idea.
You should watch that movie.
And then
you should watch Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
It was from the movie. I saw something about it. I was like, oh, this would be a good game.
Oh yeah, it is.
I didn't see the movie, but I saw someone mention the movie, and I was like, oh, okay, like
you'd have fun.
That's funny to make as a game. Yeah,
it's got Tim Roth, who we didn't talk about in The Cook, the Thief, the Wife, and her Lover.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I remember I was on the Wikipedia page for it. I remember seeing Tim Roth because I remember seeing him and being like, "That's one of our guys."
Yeah, one of your guys.
More
than mine. But yeah. I think you drafted him in the Gold Watches.
He's still a mensch. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, he's in Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. So, Margaret was my Lane's frame. Ricky, it is a Rick's pick.
Oh fuck!
Wait,
you're right.
Don't worry, it's gonna be Pride Month. This is our last Rick's pick before Pride Month. So, and I've got some good Pride Month programming happening. So
okay, good.
So it's a free for all.
I definitely
pick a good one. Don't pick some bullshit like Crazy Stupid Love.
Do I have to pick something good?
No, you can pick whatever you want. Just like a good one. You can pick whatever you want, just make sure it's good. I'm kidding. Pick what you want. I have to piss so bad. We've been recording for so long.
I know you hate it when I ask this, but could I come to you with a movie suggestion later?
No.
It's so troll. You know what? I thought about this earlier, and I was like, I need a movie for today, and I just
just didn't
do one. I just didn't do it. Like, all right, I'll pick one off of off of your big list. Yeah,
the list. The villain.
What's the list? What's on the list?
We can watch that movie. You want to watch 7? Is the 7 in?
Oh, yeah, let's watch the 7.
Do you really?
That is one that I've been meaning to watch for a while.
That's crazy. You really want to watch the 7? Okay.
Fuck it, why not?
7 in. Okay.
7.
Give us a clean read. Is it on the list? It might be. Yeah, it's like the 3rd one. That's nuts.
Yeah. I thought it was like the 7th. So next week we want to watch 7, often stylized as Seven, and directed by 1995 by David Fincher. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Interesting. You don't know anything about this movie other than
no, except what's in the box.
Yeah. Do you know what's in the box?
Yeah. Kind of. I don't want to spoil it. Should I say it if I know it?
Yeah, I'll bleep it. I'm not telling you, but I'll.
Right?
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you.
I mean, I don't know.
But yeah.
Okay.
Man, there's something about that you just are like, I gotta watch all his fucking movies. Like, no. Oh, I should have said that, actually. I'll bleep that too.
What do you think it is? Is it my greed? Yeah. My gluttony? Is it my sloth of finding other movies to watch?
You gonna keep going? There's 7.
My wrath at him as a person? Yeah.
Your lust?
My envy about
You're gonna get to lust eventually.
My pride in knowing I can do a better job than him. My lust for life. I don't know.
That isn't his.
That isn't his. Yeah.
Michael Clayton. Michael Clayton.